Hello, it's Eric Mosoti here. It has been a while since we had a catch up, and today I've decided so that I can be able to come, so that you can be able to interact, because I really miss you people. I miss you, my good subscribers, and I thank you for this far because by your own help, I have been able to reach 1,000 plus subscriptions. It's not by my own making, but it's by the grace of God, and also for the support that you are giving me as my subscribers. So today, after work, I decided to walk around the village, and there's a farm that I am in, and this particular farmer is my neighbor here, and he decided to invest in trees, and majorly eucalyptus trees, which are in his farm. It's around 10 acres of eucalyptus trees, and this is the second harvesting maybe he's projecting to have in the near future. There was the first one which was already harvested, and maybe we have managed to get the products of this harvest or of these trees, because these trees are eventually, when they are taken to the sawmills, they can be able to produce timber. Away from that, there's production of hardboards, there's production of MDFs, and in these trees we are made aware that every part of this particular tree, be it the leaves, be it the bark of the tree, be it even the roots of these particular trees, is used in the production. Thanks to modern technology which has come about, which is really helping to make sure that every bit of this particular tree is useful. So kindly join me so that I can be able to walk around and try to see the progress this far. I think these trees are around almost 1 year now since the last time they were harvested. So kindly walk with me so that you can be able to see. So my viewers, as you can be able to see, these are the trees that I'm talking about. This is the forest that I'm talking about. It's not a natural forest, but it's an artificial or a man-made forest. And so you can be able to hear there's the sounds of dry leaves and the sticks from the ground. And I'm going to show you. I will take a sample of some of the places within here. For example, let me take this particular stem. If you try to look around here, these are three stems of trees which have emanated from this particular place. And the reason why is that the tree had already been cut. When the tree was cut, it allowed sprouting of other suckers, and as you can be able to see, the person in charge decided to kill some of these. Like for example, this one, he decided to kill some of the suckers which had sprouted from the main or the mother stem, which the fruitation or it had already been harvested, and he decided that he is going to leave very few stems so that eventually these stems can be able to grow. Away from that, you can be able to see there's another one here, but this one was left to be big enough, and he finally decided to cut it for other uses. For example, it can be used in fencing, and in this case, you can be able to see how that one is tall and straight. This is tall and straight. So finally, maybe if he decides in the near future, is going to destroy also this one. If it sees that that one is smaller and not that straight, he's going to destroy it. Not only just destroying it, it can, as much as he is destroying it, it is going to be used in other areas, maybe for example in the fencing or to get firewood. Also, this idea, as you can be able to see, I cannot be able to project really or predict the amount of trees which are found here, but as you can see, this is plenty and plenty and plenty of eucalyptus trees which are found here. and I'm just going to have a walk around here and try to see some of the most notable things around here, so that I can be able to share with you, my viewers. And as you can see from the bottom here, because there is a cover on the top there, there is not enough sunlight. It is making this particular place to not to have a lot of vegetation down here. But for a case of the place where I'm standing here, you can be able to see there's a vegetation here, and this is a fruit. This is a wild fruit, but we usually enjoy it when it is ripe. Those are, I can be able to say, they are these are wild strawberries, and the reason why they have managed to reach this particular point is, maybe for example, if I show you on the top of the place where I am, if you can be able to see that space, that is the space where sunlight can be able to reach this particular plant, and that's why it has managed to grow this far. That's to tell you that sunlight is very important in growth of plants. Any plant needs sunlight because it produces its food through the green coloring matter, that is the chlorophyll. So other stems or other tree trunks, like for example, there's another one here, this one here, if you can be able to see, this one was not able to produce other stems or other suckers. Maybe the reason for this is that it decayed fast enough, and that's why it was not able to produce stems. And that's to tell you that as much as you have got eucalyptus tree, one advantage of eucalyptus tree is that even if you harvest for the first time, there is a possibility of you harvesting the second and the third time, or even to the fourth time. The only difference is that during the first harvesting, you find that the trees grow slow. However, they are very big. They usually become big. But for the second harvesting, you find that now the trees grow very fast, because already there is a stem from which they are from which the stem is going to suck water, which is going to be useful for its growth. However, you find that this particular second or third harvesting, the trees themselves, the suckers, they come in plenty. So it makes them to compete over nutrients from the soil. By so doing, you find that now the growth rate goes down. That is an observation which is made usually by the people who have planted this kind of trees, and how beneficial it can be, and maybe what are some of the disadvantages thereafter. So kindly, let's continue to walk around so that you can be able to see other things which are found around this particular place. So inside here also there is thinning which is taking place. Thinning is a scenario where you find that many of the suckers which have sprouted, they are reduced in number to reduce the competition that I have already talked about, that it causes competition that makes these particular trees to be very thin. And here this owner has decided to do some thinning, and you can be able to see there is a suckers which was cut there. There are others there. You can be able to see there are others there. There are others there. However, if you look at the number of trees which have sprouted here, there are so many. So the reason why he did this is that he wanted to allow light to pass through to the ground. He wanted to allow these trees not to compete over nutrients, over water, which sometimes we find that these eucalyptus trees are known to be very good in sucking a lot of water from the ground. Somebody told me that a full-grown eucalyptus tree can be able to suck several liters of water in a day. Funny enough, it is said that the taproot of this particular eucalyptus tree, that it goes, it's usually a half the height of that particular tree. So when you find that maybe we have got this particular tree, like that one, going up to there, it's something around 15 feet long, meaning that the taproot of this particular tree is going to be around 7 feet down. That's to tell you that these trees usually go down and they suck a lot of water, or they look for water by tooth by nail until it reaches it. And that's why whenever you see these eucalyptus trees, most of the places where there's these eucalyptus trees, there's little water resources, there's little water around there, because they really suck that water which can be available in the ground. However, when planted away from the catchment areas, they help. It helps for it to reduce the intake of water from those catchment areas, and you find that it helps to maintain the water resources that we have in our environment. So let's go until we reach a point where there's a certain river, and you can be able to see are these eucalyptus tree destructive to that catchment area or that water resource, or how far have they been planted from the water resources. Come with me. So here also, if you try to look around here, this is a clear explanation of what I was saying, that when you find that there is little trees, as you can be able to see here, at this particular point trees are scattered, and that's why you are able to see the vegetation that is here, the vegetation which is around here, even to an extent the wild fruit that I told you about, the wild strawberry which I was telling you about, is also here. There's also another one which is bigger than the one that I had shown you earlier, and this is as a result of this particular place not even having a lot of trees. And I'm going to move closer to another place which has the same characteristics, that it does not have a lot of trees, and you see the vegetation which is there. Yeah, you can be able to see at this particular point how it is. There's vegetation around here. There's still another one here which is so green. There's another one here, the wild strawberry which is here. And as I move further, I hope you are following, and from where I'm coming from, if I can be able to turn so they can be able to see where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a place which is somehow dark. You might think that it's already at night, but the place is the place is so dark, but here it is bright, simply because there are few trees which are found here, and that's what is causing. Even you can be able to see here we have got grass. Sometimes the owner of this particular land allows his cattle to come around so that they can be able to graze the green matter which is found, or which is found in plenty here. Able to see, and if you try to see the trees that I was showing you, and this tree, this one is bigger than the rest. Why? Because it is not competing. It's competing with a tree which is very far from it, and there's another tree there, and there are others which are smaller here. So you find that now in any environment when you don't have a lot of competition, you find that you can be able to thrive very well. You can be able to be fat. It's like when you find that we have got puppies, and a dog has got few puppies, that dog is going to be fat in itself. Not only that, also the dogs are going to be very healthy. Here you can also be able to see there are indigenous plants here. These are thorns around here. and some bushes here. You can also be able to see some bushes here, which are all found inside this. I think it's even more than 10 acres. From my own eyes, I don't know if it's my own naked eyes, which is lying to me that it is 10 acres, but it is. I think it's more than 10 acres because it stretches from the other side, and I think I've walked for almost 5 minutes coming down this side. It's quite far. It's quite far. You can be able to see how interesting this place can be. It's a place that you can be able to come for a picnic. Some trees like this one, it reached a point that it bends. It bends. It's like it wanted to give up with life, but it really started. It decided that no, I will never give up. As Abraham Lincoln said once, that never, never, never give up. So I'm getting closer to the river sources. So come with me. So down there's a river which is passing there. And you can see that there are some women here who usually come to get firewood from here with their axes, and they can be able to get small pieces, which at the end of the day can be used to cook food. Especially here in Kenya, we love what we call ugali. That is a mixture of maize flour and water, hot water for that matter, which gives you very energetic and delicious delicacy called ugali. And anytime that you are in Kenya and you have not managed to eat ugali, then you can be able to say that trip was not successful. So there are different people who know how to cook this ugali in their own way. There are those who cook very soft ugali. There are those who cook very hard ugali. There are those who even use just a very tiny stick. There are those who use a very big stick to spin the ugali. So here in Kenya, it is the best. Actually, you can say that maize is the staple food, and that from that maize is where we get maize flour. So these trees, as you can be able to see, they are very tall and they are near to the river, and that can be another reason why they are this big. However, also you can be able to see that the distance from which they are from one another, the spacing is very important, because spacing now allows these trees to either be thin or to be thick. And away from that, also the height, what matters for the height to reach that particular height that it has reached is because of how they are spaced. When they are spaced together, they can be able to go they grow to be very long. However, they are not going to be that big. But in this case, they are spaced in a right way. As much as they are growing in height, they are also growing in their can be able to say, in Kiswahili we say unene wake, katika unono wake inaendelea kukua jinsi ambavyo inastahili. So let me get closer to the river so that you can be able to see this catchment that we have here. Just so beautiful. The air around here is so fresh. You just feel that you don't want to get out of here. Even the heat that I was feeling after coming from school, I don't feel it anymore. It's so cool, so relaxing. This fresh air is what we love. This is what we want in our environment. We just need a very calm environment like this. And this is one way of avoiding global warming, just by planting a lot of trees around our environment, which are going to, in return, give us fresh air, which are going, in return, to give us clean energy that we are going to use, and so on and so forth. So let's go to the river and see if these trees have really affected this water, or how is it. Come with me. So from here, there's something unique that you can be able to see, that this is the last line. This is the last line of eucalyptus tree, and from there are those cypress trees there, and there's a certain field here, and there's a river there, over there, and it goes also to this side that you can be able to see. These are cypress trees, but right there, that is the last eucalyptus trees. So this side has been designated for eucalyptus trees and other natural vegetation, and that's a river. The reason why it is done this way is that these eucalyptus trees, as I have said, they are very good in sucking a lot of water from the river sources. If this tree in particular, for example this one which is before me, just beside me, if that particular tree was near to that particular water stream, then maybe this stream could have been dry already. Why? These eucalyptus trees are known for sucking a lot of water. So if it was near that river, then we are not going to be talking about a river, but it's going to be a seasonal river. A river which is going to be active when there is rain. And people who have planted, for example, there's somebody who has planted bananas there. Those bananas could not have been there. And also the vegetation which is inside this water could not have been here. Simply because the eucalyptus trees could have dried up this particular area. And now this area, as it is, the way it's like just a field, this is a place where people come around and wash their clothes. Like for example, there's somebody here who was washing using a sunlight. Was washing using sunlight soap. This it is in Kenya, it's around 10 shillings. I was washing. However, the problem is that the person who was using this one did not conserve the environment by maybe burning that particular paper or disposing it in the right way. So this is a stream around our area. It's a permanent, you can be able to say it's a permanent river, but not that big. As much as it's permanent, it's not that big. There's sometimes that when it's raining, the water flows up to this particular side, and also we have got very small roads around here. People come and fetch water here. Sometimes people can be able to get inside the bush inside there, and they can be able to have a bath. And it feels nice, and there's no need of using even a towel. That person could just be able to go inside there and relax there until until the is dry enough, basking in the sun from the bush. At the end of the day, he comes out, everything is okay, and life continues. So that is the beauty of living in places which are have got trees. You can see the water is just flowing without any disturbance. Clean water. Maybe if I can be able to get closer so that you can be able to see that we are living in a place where we have got a lot of clean water. Yeah, that is the water that we are talking about. Very clean water. Very clean water. There are other, for example, there are insects inside there, enjoying their swim before the day ends. Water flowing. It's so nice. If only we did not conserve our environment, if only we did not have trees around, or if only the government was very lenient to people to cut trees, then we could not be having such like environments which are beautiful to watch, which need to be conserved all the time. So viewers, kindly, wherever we are, let's continue to conserve our environment, and I know it won't let us down. Our environment is also going to take care of us. So viewers, kindly continue to subscribe to my YouTube channel Eric Mosoti. Let's continue to look at our environment. Let us try to see what God has in place for us. And such like waters, it takes a sacrifice so as they can be able to reach this particular place. There's somebody somewhere who preserved it, who preserved the environment from where this water is coming, and that's why it has reached here, and it is going to get far and far. It is going to help so many people. At the moment, maybe there's nobody who's using this water, but there's somebody who's going to use this water downstream, because they say water is life. Bye bye for now, and I love you so much.